400 losses. 400,000 losses for 12,000. There goes Warsaw. Short. Yes, there's Warsaw. The fall of Warsaw. Once described as the Paris of the East during the Renaissance, Warsaw has hit rough times in recent memory. There was hope after the Weltkrieg. Oop, we got battleships. There was hope of after the Weltkrieg of renewal, but alas, fate has not been kind, as the Polish army collapsed trying to defend the city from both sides of the Vistula from the advancing Bulgarian forces. And you can't really defend against the advancing Bulgarian forces. There's too many of us. But they are giving us an awful lot of factories, which is jolly nice of them. So that at least has to be accepted. What is my ideology? We are a mixture of everything, but mostly authoritarian democrat, apparently. Now, this is actually one of the most mixed countries. Social conservative, market liberal, and authoritarian democrat. $600,000 casualties inflicted, 13,000 losses. Which is still a lot more than the Ukrainians managed. By a pretty significant margin. Watch has fallen. Poland's about to fall. Just need to take, like, Vilna. So Poland is really quite nice and industrialized. I think Vilna's just fallen as well. Oop, cut off. There it goes. This should be the end. There it is. Done. Bulgaria. Eat your heart out, France. Okay, what else do I need to be producing? I think I'm going to start making more fighters, because I have a feeling we're going to have a big war in the air coming. And I'm also going to make more rocket artillery. I'm going to buy in a little bit more rubber. 167,000 equipment. Can I make heavy AA tanks? Yeah, but no point. I'd rather just control the skies. And some more dockyards, which is nice, because I would very much like to be building some more of the destroyers. Let's set up 2 sets of them. And then more steel. Hello, Russia. How are we doing for civilian factories? Yeah, Poland, super industrial. And this has been really quite the boon, taking them out. Alright, so next up we have the Don-Kuban Union, which we will need to angle against. So once Donkuban Union is finished, I think we'll probably go for Azerbaijan just for the extra oil there. Which we'll need a little bit more. I'm just going to occupy all of the things. Forgot the Crimea crossing. True. Don't really know who to send over there. Train me another cataphract. Although you're almost certainly not going to be done in time, are you? When does the training finish? 15th of April 43. Yeah, not even close. Okay, we will get the 2 lowest skilled units and just leave them there, hopefully to get a little bit of skill as they keep trying to cross across us. Could send the tanks across that crossing. No! Sending tanks across a river crossing is one, or a straight crossing is one of the worst things you can do. They're so weak at it. Bulgaria took some steroids, getting pretty swole. Yeah, this Bulgaria is doing pretty well. Assuming they align with the Russian Empire decision joins their faction, that might be fun. Yeah, but I've done this much without any allies. I'm kind of in the whole, screw allies. They just hold me back boat right now. So go back to speed 5 while we're waiting for the justifications to finish. And then I think before we go to war with France, we are going to need to change manpower law. And that's going to allow me to spam out probably another 24 cataphracts, if not 48. Message from the Russian Empire changed the diplomatic status to cancel non-aggression. Russia's justifying. And that's a legit just interesting. Okay. German government in exile has capitulated. The German government has gone into exile and the main forces have capitulated to Somalia, who is now in control of the home area. What penalties do tanks take crossing rivers? Pretty hefty ones. But taking crossing straits even higher. Like, you don't use tanks to cross rivers. Get out of my land. Shoo. So when's their justification finished? 200 days. I have until April 43. Okay, noted. Yeah, if they're marine tanks, then you're fine, but these aren't marine tanks. Rocket artillery upgrade done. And then with that, I can now say... Ah, that was already ahead of time. Cool. Let's get more rockets. And let's also start packing rocket units into these guys. Rocket artillery has more breakthrough. Oh, they're cheaper than artillery. Interesting. They do actually have less soft attack than artillery, so I think I'm not going to bother. I'm actually going to cancel that production. And build more close air support instead, because I have a feeling that close air support is going to be integral. And actually, let's put close air support above fighters at this point. And we're going to stop buying in tungsten. I'm going to buy in some more rubber instead. And, of course, more steel. Oh dear, Don Cuban Union are preparing their capital ships. Whatever will I do? I'm also going to stop the construction repair. As much as I'd like to get all of this stuff repaired, I am more concerned about the fact that I want to get political power up to 100 so that I can change my manpower law sooner rather than later. Like, my reserves of equipment are now hideously big. Like, just the fact that I have 3,000 heavy tanks sitting in storage is pretty nice. Although, actually, if I'm going to be building more thingy units, I'm actually going to want to build a bunch more tank destroyers. I already was building them. Let's do that. Good. Yeah, how much steel do we actually use? 420. Right, late game Kaiserreich is always about trying to secure steel supplies because it always runs out. That's one of my major aggravations of this mod actually, is the fact that infrastructure doesn't increase resource output. That's one of my favourite changes about base game vanilla, and Kaiserreich removed it. Sure is really starting to fortify my lines. I might need to abandon Poland to them and hold them off up here, just because I'm not going to have enough troops to do it. And yes, I will justify against them, although again, probably shouldn't have done that. So I could change my manpower law and then actually mobilize. Ah, excavation. Excellent. Let's get fuel refining on the go. And right, this is how you increase rocket damage even further, so let's start researching experimental rockets so we can do that. Because I think it is possible to make rocket artillery do more damage than artillery, eventually. Possibly when it's tier 2. Oh, and also air doctrine. I had not actually finished doing that. Although I have got all the important bits with the exception of interception detection. Rocket artillery do more soft attack than regular artillery, but less hard attack. Well, I was just comparing artillery 3s versus rockets, and rockets did less, but that was a tier 1 rocket, not tier 2. Isn't taking Don Kuban going to make the border with Russia too hard to hold? I don't think so. I mean, here's the thing. I'm sitting at 14% recruitment at the moment, and I've maintained 24 divisions of cataphracts and then 7 of my heavies. I'm about to get another 10% manpower, so I suspect I can get another 24 divisions. So defending with 48 across this front should be feasible. And I don't think I'm going to take very many losses. That's the other thing. This is 24 divisions with a whole bunch of losses. And now that my entire army has heavy tanks for the armor, I'm not going to take that many losses anymore. But to field that many tanks, I'm going to need the oil from Don Cuban. I'm just annoyed that this is going to come through in, what was it, January instead of December. Yeah, 25th of January. The fall of Sydney. When the foothills outside the Blue Mountains were lost to the invading Japanese army, it was only a matter of time before the city fell. I wonder if we're going to see a Japan Third International showdown. And yeah, PSA has definitely won this now. I'm a little bit surprised that these two are still in the war at all. 3 million losses on either side. 1.8 against 1.6. Quite a few losses, but I have seen America be way bloodier than that. Ooh, 15 ships. Bloody hell. Ooh, okay. So this is going to be another of those. So we're now up to 6. I'm just going to say we want 30 destroyers. How fast are these battle cruisers? 28. How fast are the dreads? 12. 26. I'm tempted to split out the dreadnoughts into a separate fleet. Now, do we have any of the really old destroyers? We do. And what are these? Submarines. Why do you have the recon symbol? Your colour should be red. You can see that I'm preparing for a showdown against the Union of Britain when I suddenly start caring about my fleets again. Okay. I have a feeling we are going to need to increase our escort ship sizes. But now we have our fast reaction fleet and then the slow reaction fleet. This one's probably going to be more for amphibious support, whereas this one's actually going to be strike fleets. Going for a world conquest? Probably not. I'll get bored by then. But there are still 2 major factions that could pose a challenge to us. Well, actually 3. The Entente-ish. Russia is still going to be a problem. And then, of course, Third International is going to be the big bad, and then Japan. I probably won't bother going after Japan, just because by then it'll be a massive grind. Especially if I've already taken down the Third International. But it's still only 1942. It's still relatively early in Hearts of Iron terms. Let's get better engineers. Oh, doctrine. Finish the air doctrines. Like so. What is Russia's faction called? Pretty sure it's Russia. The Slavic Brothers. Who are they in a faction? Oh, right. They did start a faction, didn't they? Interesting. Getting to the end of December. We're getting close. In fact, I should have stopped these. It's alright. Experimental rockets and excavation 4 will be finished soon enough, and then I can start working on the 43s, including heavy tank 3s. The 4th Jack, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Oh, I could get Dreadnought tech. No. Gonna save the political power because I really want to start producing these units as soon as possible. Yep, they've got all the equipment. It's just manpower that they're going to be lacking. I can pump out a full 24 stack. Interesting. I have a feeling I can probably actually get, like, 48 at least. 2 generals worth. Well, Don Kuban will be strong enough to let me raise manpower, or will I have to wait until the Russian war? That's a good point. I'm not sure. I had totally forgotten that that was a requirement. Well, in that case, may as well get back to construction repair. Russia's still got military access through me. Forgot about that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cancel those 3 and add them again. And then the manpower which were in those units, I'm hoping get spread across everyone so that they can all start training. Mongolia took 7 states. Yunnan was captured. Mongolia is having a good game too. A Mongolia-Russia war would be a nice distraction for us. Build more Varangians. I'm not sure that we're going to need to. The Varangians' goal is only to provide a punching force. Although I guess if I'm going to start using Field Marshal formations, and yes, I probably should have more Varangians. Once we got these guys done, because we need to hold the line before we do that. We still have 3,000 heavy tanks. Just on standby. You know, just parked in the garage. I think that's way more than we've actually got deployed right now. Yeah, we've got 2,600 deployed. Fourth. Cabbage Groll, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Here he goes. So, I have until April to win this. Go. We're still on heavy tank 2s. $93,000. Look at how fast this is going up. 100,000 kills, 300 losses. Poland did significantly better than these guys. Right. Heavy tank 3s. Make it happen. Don Kuban declared war on Russia. Are you sure that was wise? Although, thank you very much for the distraction, because all of these guys are now going to go whoop, 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 over here. Oh no, we're losing horribly to Bulgaria. Quick, declare war on Russia. And now Russia wants a non-aggression again. No, you've had your opportunity. I bet Russia doesn't even declare now. I bet that's what's about to happen. Russia's already lost more men than I have. $248,000 kills, 1,000 losses. Corvazil, that's unfortunate. Oh man, you're a level 8 attacker now? Damn. We got good. $336,000, still 1,000 losses. 1.3 thousand. We need to be precise. Meanwhile, Russia's come in with 114. 114,000? No. 114.